What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and what goes up must come down. Well, not when it comes to the ultra wealthy. It seems like their portfolios only go up. The rich get richer, and you and I must try to do our best just to make do. That is until cryptocurrency came along, specifically Bitcoin. And we now hear all these stories about these Bitcoin millionaires and billionaires, and it is human nature to want to get in on this craze. During the lockdown, millions of people were stuck at home with nothing to do and nowhere to go. And many of those people decided to take some of their money that they have and invest it in some Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And for a while, the number just kept going up and up. Now, some of you were smart and lucky and you sold on a high, while others, well, let's say it's been a rough couple of weeks. So where do we go from here?
I want to call your attention to what is happening in Bitcoin. The selling is continuing right now, down more than about 8%, below 43,000. Should Bitcoin sell off when risk assets sell off? Is that the right approach? Because that's what the market is. That's what the market does.
And that's honestly what we've seen, Melissa. I think that's what we've seen over the last 3 quarters now is this behavior. And I think, again, the jitteriness that we see across general markets is also felt in crypto. And we've seen some self-fulfilling narratives in the crypto space. There's this belief in Bitcoin cycles in particular. Bitcoin went through its halving 18 months ago. We are now, at a really critical time in that cycle narrative. We had tax selling at end of year. We had firms and funds crystallizing profits or losses, potentially tax harvesting losses in some cases. And so I do think that self-fulfilling narrative is sort of continuing here with the sell-off that we saw today and into the first trading week of the first quarter of this new year.
Now, I personally believe that the future of crypto is bright. I'm a strong believer that the people united will never be defeated. Crypto is the people's currency, and it's not backed by any government that can be corrupted or taken advantage of. For example, the Chinese government are notorious for keeping their currency, the yen, at artificially low levels to give themselves an unfair advantage in the global marketplace. By doing this, they ensure that the cost of their goods is always cheaper than other countries. The US dollar, on the other hand, like most other major currencies, has a floating exchange rate, meaning it goes up and down on what the market dictates. Bitcoin is free of all these geopolitical factors. Its value is simply determined by supply and demand. Now, the last video we discussed the role in Kazakhstan and how it has impacted the value of Bitcoin, but that is not the only factor that has caused the drop in value. Taxes are due in lots of countries across the globe, including here in the United States, and many investors have to unload crypto, a relatively liquid asset, so that they can quickly convert to cash to pay Uncle Sam. It turns out lots of people are thinking the same way, and all of a sudden a swarm of sellers flocked to the market and started selling their Bitcoin, causing the prices to drop. 2022 is already off to a rough start for crypto traders. The good news is we can only go up. Well, actually, that's not true. We could still go down. Actually, we could free fall, but I don't think that's going to happen. And I'm personally thinking of buying in now. And this is not financial advice. In fact, I want to hear from you guys in the comment sections. Should I be buying into Bitcoin now, or should I wait? Stay tuned, folks. Things are heating up and we have a lot more to discuss. So hit that subscribe button. Sappers clear the way, everyone all the way.